Hi there, at the big demo weekend 2010. We're up in the Lake District in beautiful sunshine, just in Staveley at WHEELBASE. And a new brand for Staveley for WHEELBASE this year is Mondraker. It's the first year we've done this brand. It's really the first year it's had real good exposure in the UK through Silverfish, which is where Pete's from. So me and Pete were just going to talk about some key points on the Mondraker range. We've got 3 bikes in line up here, which is bigger, but we've kind of pulled out the main 3 suspension bikes. We start off with the Factor, which is a cross-country model. We then move to the Foxy, which is the trail model, and then onto the Dune, which is the all-mountain model, but still lightweight and very, very rideable. So Pete's just going to talk about some intricacies of the range, starting with the Foxy and its shock. So I'm just going to hand over to Pete now.
Yeah, basically, obviously the Foxy is designed to be a 140, a trail bike, cross-country, a bit of all-mountain, just to do everything, general UK bike. The main difference with these bikes opposed to most others on the market is the fact it has this new suspension system called the Zero suspension system. Called the Zero suspension system because it's designed to create zero pedal feedback and zero brake jack. The main point with the whole suspension system is the fact that the shock is pivoted at both ends on loose links, so the actual shock can compress from both ends, a bit like an accordion being squashed when you press it. The idea with this is it gives really good small bump sensitivity due to the fact that any small bump it hits, it has half the activation to activate the shock because it's pushing from both ends. So if you look at the shock, as you do activate, you get a 60% downward stroke and a 40% upward stroke as it goes through its travel, thus giving you the really good sensitivity. But at the bottom of the shock, say when it comes to a big bump, the bottom link stops moving and that ramps the shock up to give you an endless, limitless feel so you don't blow through the travel on the big jump. So it gives you a really good spread across the whole range to give a real good pedalling platform.
And do you tend to be running RockShox shocks on through the range, or does it change?
We run RockShox on the entry level because we think they work well, and then we run Fox after that with the Pro Pedal settings and things like that on them. Yeah. Although to be fair, the designers say Pro Pedal isn't really needed, they climb that well.
Sure. And we've got quite a large down tube there, oversized, nice and stiff.
Yes, the oversized down tube obviously stiffens it all up, linked into a tapered head tube there, 1.5 to 1.8 inch of head tube, obviously giving you the stiffness but no real weight penalty with that. The whole frame and every frame on the Mondraker range is lifetime guarantee, so no real issues with those. The back end's all machined out here to give you a lot of tyre clearance, but also to give you a lighter, stiffer rear end. Obviously, you can make a very stiff tube if you use it using plate metals rather than round and things like that. So yeah, it's definitely built to be a burly but light bike, really.
Yeah, we use a hydroforming on top tube just to lower the stand over, yeah?
Lowers the stand over here, looks quite trick up here. Obviously, it gives us much more surface to weld. It's also, I mean, it only weighs 29 pounds. It's not a heavy bike, and it's obviously an entry-level bike. We go lighter than this as we go up the range.
And there's 3 models in the range, isn't there?
That's it, yeah. We do the Foxy, the Foxy R and the Foxy RR. Obviously, the main step up, the next one up runs Fox front and rear shocks and a slightly better wheel set, and the top ones runs a similar kit to this with the Kentmere wheels and all the bling accessories.
Yeah, so moving on to the Dune then, what have we got going on here?
The main difference with the Dune is obviously the Dune's a 160 bike, designed to be an all-mountain / mega avalanche bike, guys that want to go to the Alps, guys that want to ride Garban every day, things like that. So it's a bit burlier straight away, running bigger tyres, bigger setup, but also it runs a longer shock stroke even. The main difference here is obviously, whereas this shock sits at a 45-degree angle to give you good pedal efficiency in your granny and your middle ring so you can climb fast and things like that, this one sits slightly more upright, which does mean that pedalling is a bit bobby, as would be with a 160mm bike, but you get really good pedal motion on the descents when you've got big ring or middle ring and you're flying along, so it's designed to take real big hits and do things like that. And a lot of the boys who've been riding this weekend reckon it rides like a 140, so it's a pretty good bike for that.
I know we've had great feedback on the
Definitely, and obviously you can put a massive fork on the front to do your mega avalanches, things like that.
Yeah, and Mondraker originates from Spain?
Yeah, that's it. The brand's 8 years old. They've come from Spain. They're owned in Spain by a distributor of other bike parts. It's their own brand. The bikes have been designed in conjunction with a guy called Cesar Rocco, who designed KTM Superbike 2 years ago. He's also a Spanish national downhill champ, and a guy called Fabian Burrell, who races for Mondraker team, and a guy that people in the UK will be known for being one of the top downhillers.
Yeah, I know that's where we first saw the brand, was on the World Cup scene, and you're well respected as a manufacturer on the World Cup scene.
Yeah, that's it, exactly, and the system's gone down brilliantly well there, and obviously it's nice to spread the system down to the smaller travel bikes where the mass market is really, and let people try it all.
I mean, we haven't got it here, but you do the Summon, don't you?
We do, yeah, the Summon, which is now the lightest downhill bike in production. It weighs 34.1 pounds as a full built bike out of the box, so that's quite impressive, and again that runs the same Zero suspension system.
Yeah, and I've heard that the Kaiser, which Summon's replaced, that's come down now in price and a real good out of the box.
Yeah, I mean the Kaiser was never a bad bike in the first place. It ran a proper nice decent suspension system. It weighed 35 pounds out of the box, and now it comes in at a 2.5 grand price tag, so it's perfect for your entry level downhill racers or the younger market to come in and buy a bike they can just put out of the box and go racing on.
Yeah, and I've seen the range as well. A nice range of alloy hardtail, and then also moving on to the carbon with the podiums.
Yeah, I mean, the whole range is 48 bikes, so to us it's a massive range. It gives us all things, the podiums, the carbon podiums, and also jump bikes and BMXs, so it's brilliant, yeah.
And you'll be able to view the full range online at wheelbase.co.uk. So got big things expected for Mondraker. Magazines are starting to pick up on it now, and a lot of the riders, I've seen from the big demo weekend, we're getting great feedback. Thanks very much, Pete.
No problems, thank you.